Network is bad. Hello guys, what's up? Keonramses here. I hope you guys are doing amazing. This is just basic test confirming that the my mic is working properly and my voice isn't peaking. Because the video from yesterday, my voice was peaking and it wasn't favorable on the ear, and there's a lot of noise. And it seemed like I was shouting, and I didn't really want to shout about. I didn't really want to shout, so yeah, this is just me doing a random test to confirm everything's working properly. And also I have my camera set on 1080p instead of 720, just so that my visuals are more, my face is more visible, and my expressions are, you can catch my expressions whenever I make them easily, even if the network itself is laggy and it's still buffering or the frames are dropping. So there's not much quality loss. So even if the frames drop, instead of dropping from 720 directly to 480p, just from like 1080p to at least 720, or in between 720 and 1080p. And now I'm also checking the loudness of my voice compared to that's compared to the game itself, and checking for my audio visibility. So I'm currently on the what's it called, the stuff, what do you call it, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm currently on the OBS application, so I'm watching as I'm talking. I also have my YouTube opened up here, so there's obviously a 10-second delay, which is nothing I can do about it, because it's basically I don't know what to do about it. I can either get a stronger internet connection that's fiber optic, so it's sort of like low latency in a sense. I should stop saying that word. I should stop saying that phrase. So it's sort of low latency. So there's not much delay, except I decide that it should be a delay, or when the frame itself drops. But unfortunately, I do not have the funds for that right now, so I'm going to keep on working with this. So I'm going to mute the mic right now and listen back on what I've been saying all through, and let's see how it's going to be. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. So it seems I'm back. So listening back on the audio test, I've kind of, my voice seems a little deep. sort of grinding. So I'm going to turn the all the knobs that has to do with the high pass and the what's this, the low pass itself, and all the knobs. I'm going to turn all the knobs back up to defaults and see how it sound, and hopefully it sounds better. I'm currently turning it back up to the defaults, so I've turned it back to default right now. I don't know if there's any difference, so I'm just going to test it out right now. So there was clearly a difference, and my voice stopped sounding very dry. So I've turned it. I don't know what the keys are. Let's go look at it. So I'll assume that the markings indicate five settings of 5 controls. So I have it set on 5 controls now. So I'm going to listen to it and see how different it is now. So yeah, let's listen for any shift in high pass, and if I like the high pass, I can try to work on the low pass and the mid pass, and also check what the other settings do, like the FX button, but the FX send, which I assume would require external additional hardware, which I don't have at the moment. So I'm just gonna stop now and continue. So actually, it actually seems better. So it seems better. So I'm just gonna keep on clicking my keys just so as while I'm talking. So let me check if there's any, I don't know. I had the compression knob turned on till like the space left before the last knob, according to Alpha Gaming's recommendations. So I don't know if it's actually doing anything. And let's see. Should I face this way? I think okay, it's better this way. So yeah. So mainly looking at it, it seems better. I'm not really peaking per se. So even if I extend the knob, I'm not really peaking. So looking at the voice waveform or whatever that means, whatever it's called, I don't know what it's called. I don't seem to be peaking, so it's okay. So I'm going to turn the high pass all the way to the end and see how it sounds. So this is me turning it all the way. Nice, all the way. And I assume my voice sounds really funny now. Probably if I already have a deep voice already. Possibly the high pass itself is gonna make it even worse. So I'm just gonna check it to confirm. It's gonna confirm it. I just hope that this isn't live to where other people can see this. It's gonna be funny. Oh, it's gonna be funny. People actually watching me do this. Oh, I hope it's not so. Anyway, so I have the high pass done all the way to the end, and I'm gonna check it. So it sounds weird. So I'm going to turn it halfway up, make it half instead, and instead of let's put it at the half mark and listen to how it sounds. So it's assume it's 15%. So if we assume that I had it turned up to 25, which is the maximum there, I currently have it set at 15. So hopefully there's a difference and my voice is much more clearer. It sounds a bit more sexy. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Anyway, let's see how it sounds. So it sounds better actually. It's okay. So I'm going to check. I'm gonna mess with the mid pass a little bit more, and because my lisp is everywhere. It's all the way out there. It's like, yeah, it's coming up everywhere I say. So hopefully the mid pass can negate some of my lisp and help this sound more presentable. So I have the high pass set at 15, which is okay. I'm just gonna write that down somewhere. High pass 15. So I have the high pass set at 15, and it's gonna be, hopefully it's better there. And yeah, we're gonna work on multiple things. So I have them touch there. So the mid pass and the high pass are still set on 0 right now. So I'm going to touch the, oh, should the mid pass really affect it? I don't think so. High pass I understand because it's more of deepness of the voice. Mid pass on the other hand, let's try it. So I'm going to set the mid pass all the way to the highest. So it's now on the highest setting right now. So I hopefully do not sound like some sort of a monster, which I actually might sound like. Hopefully I don't sound I don't sound that much of a monster. So I mean, this whole YouTube career stuff is more of a way for me to work on my how do I put this? It's more of a way for me to work on my speech. So because I want people who are watching this to be able to understand me, because I have a lisp and I stutter a lot. So it's sort of going to help me control my speech pattern and help me be a better speaker. But let's see how it goes. So it's set all the way to the mid. The mid is set all the way to the highest, and I'm going to stop talking now and listen to it. So it did nothing to negate the lisp. Well, it's still there. I guess that's something I have to work on myself. And just merely looking at myself on the camera, I can see my tongue protruding anytime I try to release my I have a like I have a long tongue or something. Anyway, it's I can't really do anything about it. So I can either actively try to control it, or I can, just use it that way. Which is, if I do actively if I do actively try to control it, it might get better, but then I'd have to be thinking about it every time, and it may make my speech seem weird, unless since I try to use a less, see if my tongue overlaps, unless unless so can you hear what's happening right now? Is that I'm trying to understand what's happening with me. So I already have my tongue in my mouth. I'm already gonna come out. So I'm very sure you can understand what I'm saying, because it feels very weird. I listen to myself like this is very where I'm funny. I'm saying and a lot of saliva is building up on in my mouth, and it's more like I should have a brace on something, and I really want a brace before, so I don't really understand what's happening exactly. So it's actually a very nice person to be talking with. I can use this to talk to people on the internet, so nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I think I can go. Yes. That sounded funny. I have to listen to that again. That sounded horrible. It sounded very horrible. I was crazy. I shouldn't do that. I actually wish people watch. I actually wish people were watching this, and someone else is there to laugh at my stupidity right now. But it's crazy. Well, I don't know what I can do. I can only work on it properly so people can understand me. Maybe talk slower and pace myself. As for the lisp, it's gonna be hard to get rid of, but even if I have a lisp and people understand what I'm saying, well, that's all that matters. But then there's some people are really mean and make fun of people who have speech impediment. Many people make fun of people who have all sorts of disabilities or impediments. So yes, humanity is fucked up. So it's not really there's not really much I can do about it, especially on Fortnite, where there's a lot of kids who, for lack of a better word, are not very nice. They are mean and they make fun of you. And yeah, I mean, they are good kids. Considerate to people's feelings, but there are some that doesn't give a rat's ass. Those are the ones I'm scared of, and they terrify me. Anyway, I still have the mid pass set on the high on 25, which is the highest. So I'm going to crank it up to the middle. That's about 15, and see how it sounds compared with the 15 high pass. And mind you, the low pass is set at 0. So currently now the mid pass is set at 15, and I hope it actually sounds different, because I'm actually very tired. Very lazy. I know, don't judge me. So I have no idea I'm actually doing this, because my voice still sounds better. So the reason why I'm doing this, when I'm messing with the low pass, the mid pass, the low pass, or the high pass, it's sort of to make my voice clearer. Originally I have a deep voice, and that voice would have been more sexy if I didn't stutter a lot or I didn't lisp a lot. So that voice would have been more, I don't know, but I guess someone out there appreciates my voice this way. I am so definitely going to post this. So one day I will definitely post this. Possibly one day. Anyway. Let's see. What am I doing? Okay, I forgot. I'm going to check it right now. So I'm just going to stop talking. So I have the mid pass set at 15 and the high pass set at 15 with the low pass set at 0. Let's see how it goes. So it actually sounds better. It sounds better, but I assume because the mic I'm using is not a quality mic, I can capture all all the beauty of my voice has to offer in its full glory. So but it actually sounds okay. So I have the compression knob set to 20, and I have the high pass set at 15. High pass is okay, and the mid pass is set at 15. So now I'm going to crank it up to 0 one more time, and no, not 0. I'm going to take it up to say a 10. Take it up to 10, then by 5. But I might leave it at the 10 because it sounds okay at 15. So just to make it sound a little bit more natural, and I'm speaking fast again. I have to learn to speak slowly. Yeah, my mouth is just okay. Yeah. So I'm going to crank it up to 10 now and see how it sounds. So I have it set at 15 now, and I don't know how it sounds. My lisp leads everywhere at the slightest point. At any point in time, just the lisp just goes in there. It's like I'm sort of a snake. It's annoying. Anyway, yeah. I like that the face cam is looking good. My face is really visible, so I'm kind of happy with that. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking now and listen to how it sounds now with the mid pass itself set at 10. Then if it sounds better, we're gonna move to the low pass. And as I just noticed that as I was talking, I saw the compression knob go on. It's going on. Yeah, it's going on, which is good. It actually works. So hopefully it's working. So it's possibly leveling my voice up, because I'm too close to the mic, so I can see it's actually quite on. But if I talk this far away, it's not doing anything. It's stayed. It's okay. It's not lighting up. So hopefully that helps when I'm talking too close to the mic, and it sort of levels my voice up. So compression knob set to 25, not to 20. High pass set to 15, and mid pass set to 10, and also the low pass set to 0. So let's see how it goes. Marvelous results, I would not lie. When I first bought this mixer, I was skeptical at first, but apparently it seems to work. So and mind you, I still have a compression filter active in what's the name of that stuff, in OBS. I'm confused. And now this, because I was talking too close to the mic and I was talking away from the mic, the voice level stayed the same. So there's now hardware and software working hand in hand to give you the best of both worlds. And I'm very happy with the results. And also with the high pass set at 15 and the low pass set at 10, everything sounds marvelous. So I'm going to move down to the low pass itself and go crazy. So I'm going to turn it all the way up to 25 and see how it sounds. Hopefully it sounds better. So I am very confused right now, because the moment I touched the knob for the low pass, the mic just spiked, and it seems I can't really explain what's happening itself, but it just went up the spectrum itself. Like, I don't know what's happening, and if I'm talking right now, it seems if I get too close immediately, it seems to spike. So I don't know why it's spiking, but I see my voice is peaking, but it's all the same. It's still good though. It's good. I have to admit it's good. So yeah. So I also had another idea. Instead of recording my video on my PC and ruining my hardware space, why don't I know, yes, it's gonna be of higher quality. It's gonna be of a higher quality if I'm recording on my hardware space, but when I think about it, it's more counterintuitive, because I get lots of space used up. And yes, the video itself won't be high quality, but if I upload the video itself to YouTube, if I stream whatever video I'm making to YouTube, make it a private stream, then download it back and edit the video, if I update those, like for those short Omega videos and whatnot, actually makes more sense, and I feel it's gonna be much better. Yeah, I feel it's gonna be much better. And I can also set the since I'm not playing games, I can also set the stream quality to the highest possible, since I'm not playing games, and I'm sure it's gonna be crazy because I'm not using any of the hardware. The game GPU is free. The GPU itself for that's handling the game is free, and whatever network resource that the game is using is free. It's freed up, and I can have a higher quality stream. Only it's not for streaming, it's more for recording. So it goes online, and once it's done, I download it back. Excuse me. I download it back and I go crazy. Actually makes more sense. Why didn't I think about this earlier? You see, it works. Your brain works, man. So yeah, the mid pass, low pass is turned all the way to 25 with the mid pass set at 10 and the high pass set at 15. That's how it sounds. So after my review, it seems the low pass set at 25. Anytime I get close to the mic, my voice kind of distorts, which is not nice. I want the quality I had the first time when I had the mid pass, when I first set the mid pass and the high pass. So I'm gonna crank this knob back up to say a 10 or a 5 and see how it sounds then. So I currently have it set at 10, and yeah. So I'm just gonna keep on touching my head so I can remember the mark. So I know when I set it to 10. So now I'm going to try to reenact what I did by talking close to the mic and see if my voice still distorts. And mind you, I'm not really changing the loudness of my voice. It's still the same loudness, just I am close to the mic. Normally, yeah. If I look on the mixer itself, the compression is active. It's actively compressing it, and it's not peaking on OBS. So, but I'm not sure if my voice distorted. So if I come back and try to talk and see what it's doing, and no, there's no compression there. It's not peaking, but is my voice more audible? is it as audible as before with the sort of the dryness in my voice taken out. So because when I turned into 25, the dryness was taken out completely, but my voice now sounded somehow, didn't sound as heavily as before. So I'm just going to listen to it one more time. It could sound better, I guess. So I'm going to put the low pass at 5, and if I say at 5, I'm going to try to talk close to the mic and see how it sounds. So I'm going to turn it down to 0. Then it's not on 0. I'm going to try and set it down to 5. So currently it's on 0, and I'm going to put my 2 hands on my head, and so I can remember the mark where it's turned to 0 and listen to how it sounds with my mouth very close to the mic. And yeah, it's actually actively compressing on the mixer itself, and it's not picking on OBS, so which is a good sign. So now I'm going to take my hand off my head. I'm going to take my head back, keep on talking, and yeah, I'm going to mute the mic now and listen. Sounds tremendously better, but I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to set the low pass to 5 and leave it at 5. Yeah. So now I have the low pass set at 5, but looking on the knob itself, I just found that there's a plus sign which has on the end, which has like plus 15. So it's possible that those knobs themselves do not connote 5 marks. which I am not sure about. So, but hopefully, it sounds better. I'll find what they connote later on. And I don't know why, but my OBS it's dropping frames like crazy. Frames are dropping like mad. Why are the frames dropping like mad? And I guess it's probably because I have OBS. What's the name of that stuff again? Fortnite running in the background, and I didn't start this as administrator, which I'm sure is messing up the whole thing. But yeah, hopefully it sounds better. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. It sounds better, at least to my ears. I can't tell because I'm a professional sound engineer. It just sounds better in my ears. And hopefully, you guys who are going to listen to this do not have your ears bleached out because of my horrible voice. Anyway, so back to the remaining two knobs on the mixer, which happen to be, let me check, which happen to be an FX key and a pan key. I don't know what the pan does, but it's more of, I think the pan has to do with in what direction the audio is supposed to go, because I assume this is going in stereo and not mono, and I see left and right. So if it's logic, it's set in the center, it's stereo. The sound part goes both ways. But let's try and be stupid and set it at all the way to the right. We'll set it all the way to the left, and it seems to be working. Why is it working though? If it's set all the way to the, oh shit, that is peaking. So it seems default. There's an audio for I don't know how to explain it, but if I set it all the way to the left side on the mixer indicators here, it says that a sound is going in through the left side. So now I assume now I set the audio to mono, and mono happens to be on the left side, which is the side of my ear right now. And let's go listen to how it sounds. So we have probably established that was a bad idea, very bad idea. Anyway, let's not touch that knob anymore. Let's go to the FX send. Now that button, I do not have an idea what it does. There are two knobs. There's one knob I don't know what it does, which is the FX send right now. So I'm going to turn it to the left, all the way to the left, and see how it sounds. FX send, what are you doing? FX send, are you doing anything? FX send, FX send, FX send, FX send, any difference? 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 I don't think there's a difference. There's no difference. Okay, I'll probably sound like a crazy person. So it's been established that FX send makes no difference whatsoever, and let's not touch that anymore. Now the other button here, or knob, which happens to be on the left side, is called aux return, and my brain is telling me to touch that knob. I don't know whether I should touch it. My brain tells me to touch it. My brain says, can I touch? Okay, I'm also turn it all the way to the end and see what happens. All the way to the end turned. There doesn't seem to be anything special happening. Okay, no difference from the center. Stay at the center. I don't think it's a difference. So I'm going to stop talking and listen. So we've established that nothing's happening. Nothing happening there whatsoever. So I am going to turn it back. I think I can leave it on 0. Doesn't really matter. So we are set for audio. Audio is okay. As okay as I can think it can possibly be for myself, because I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to all this. Hopefully I get better in the future. It's gonna be nice to have this clip, have you guys watch this clip later in the future, like, or I have myself watch this in the future with, and like have better setup and more experience when it comes to making YouTube videos and playing games online. Man, I'm old. I wish I said this earlier, but I I couldn't, for reasons I cannot say, but I couldn't start this earlier. I couldn't start this earlier. So, but yeah. So on to the next agenda. On to the next item on our agenda. Filters. A general filter for the um the whole game itself. So I'm gonna, on the game capture, I'm gonna add a filter for, say, color correction and color grading. So those are the only things I need to touch. Maybe I can touch sharpen and see what it does. So I'm also touch sharpen, and sharpness, I think, let me see, is that different? I'm just gonna watch it and see if there's a difference. Well, there seems to be a difference, so I'm going to disable it and watch one more time. Not really much of a difference. So let's go crazy. Turn it on and crank it all the way to the, wait, let me just watch this. Oh, oh. The craziness, it's also turn it all the way to the highest. Let's see how it looks. It's actually it looks very weird. Anyway, I'm just gonna bring it down to about 30. We'll leave it on 30. So apparently the game, I'm gonna raise my hand up a little bit so I know when it's happened. So apparently the stream settings itself sort of has its own sharpen, whatever that means. So yeah, it's done. So I think it looks better. I think it looks better. So it looks a bit better, and it looks sharper. This is a poor man's way of getting delivering high quality content on a basic stream. Anyway, so I'm just going to go into creative and check how it looks around. So I have something around. So hopefully the sharpen filter isn't taking up resources. It seems to be taking up resources. Yep, it is. It seems to be taking up resources. Yep, it seems to be dragging out. Well, possibly not. Possibly not. Doesn't seem to be. But there's a lag. There was a lag there just now. I know you saw it. There's still a lag. Oh. Let's see. Is it better? Is it worse? It's gonna stand still. The lag is heavenly. Frames are dropping like mad. So I'm going to disable the filter itself. And go back in.
I mean, it does look good with the filter turned on.
But there's a lot of lag. It's freezing up. Let's see if it's better. Well, the sharpen was it's either the sharpen or the OBS, because it's still lagging there. Everything is lagging. So I don't think it's the game. I think now it's the OBS itself. So okay, I'm going to stop the stream and I'm going to stop the stream now. I'm going to redo it. So hopefully we've established what's happening on the other side.